Okay, Lego Transformers R.O.T.F. Jolt. Yo, let's go.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Say here. Let's get right into it.
Okay, and here we have Jolt in his robot mode, who was really just a fleeting ghost of an Autobot in that R.O.T.F. movie. Bro, Mans was in like 2 scenes in the whole movie, didn't have any lines, and then just vanished. Huh? But anyway, Jolt is coming in at a good 8.5 inches, and is quite honestly the quickest Lego Transformer that I have ever built.
Wow!
My boy Jolt here is coming in at a good 17-hour build time, which actually still may seem like a lot, but the norm for my Lego Transformers is about 25 to 35 hours. Yeah, so these 17-hour Lego Transformer builds, yeah, we take those. On another note, if you guys are interested in sharing your work with other builders, you should definitely join my new Lego Transformer group Facebook page. In there, you can post pictures of your Lego Transformers, video reviews, or even your works in progress to get feedback on your builds. And not only that, if you build other mechas out of Lego as well, such as Zords, Zoids, Gundams, Cyborgs, you can also pop in there and post your work.
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
So if you don't have Facebook, get Facebook. Now, as for the accessories, we of course have the dual electrical whips, which Jolt uses to combine Jetfire with Optimus Prime in the movie. Now, if I wanted to get crazy, if I wanted to OD, I could have bought the blue colored version of these chains right here to use them as the whips, because these are actually supposed to be blue due to the electricity that runs through them. But I was like, you know what, let me chill, because these work just as fine, and if I buy those blue pieces, Jolt is really like the only Lego Transformer that I would use those for. Okay, now coming around to the back here, the kibble is actually pretty decent. I mean, granted, he does need a stand to hold it upright, but at least it folds up and it's condensed on his back. And believe it or not, I actually used a couple of other techniques in order to get this to be as condensed as it is, because I was getting a little tired of that cape action that a lot of my car Transformers had going on. But as I've said in my other more recent videos, I would like to make the back kibble on my Transformers at least fold up now. Now, as for the articulation, there's nothing too crazy here. We have some movement of the head up and down, some movement on the forearms here. Due to the fact that I use a lot of ball joints, the arms and legs do have a lot more posability and articulation than my previous models. There's actually a lot of articulation in the lower portions of the leg here, because I had to get that chicken leg type look in order for it to be movie accurate. And lastly, we have some movement of the shoulders here, which are on Technic joints. Now, there were 2 things that were really tricky when designing this build. The first thing was getting the wheels to be on the inner shoulders right here. And the second thing was getting the hood of the car to be reversed and to sit on the back of his upper shoulders right here. Nah, hold up though. Y'all know it's a given that the front of the car is always supposed to form the front of the chest of the robot mode when it comes to Transformers. So when I saw this situation right here, I was like, okay, this gonna be some work. So I had to use a combination of clip pieces, ball joints, and hinge pieces in order to get this whole thing situated properly here. Now, there was one just little teensy weensy thing that I wanted to add that I wasn't able to. and that is the eyes. I mean, the head sculpt is good, right? But I prefer to have my Lego Transformers have eyes sculpted within their face. But when I added the eyes in with this version, it made the head stick out like a sore thumb because it was just a little bit too big. So I went with a more abstract concept for this build, where the face has been designed with no eyes, but because of the way it's structured, you kind of just assume the eyes are supposed to be here. Now, we're about to get into that vehicle mode, but before we do that, it's strongly advised that you hit that like button because we about to turn up. Okay, and here we have Jolt in his Chevrolet Volt vehicle mode. And might I add, looking exceptionally clean, if I don't say so myself. As for the notable details, we have the fully detailed bumper section here, along with the side view mirrors, which I don't usually include on my car Lego Transformer builds. Now, the size comparison for Jolt in his vehicle mode here is actually pretty surprising because he goes from about 8.5 inches in his robot mode to about 7 inches in his vehicle mode. Now, unfortunately, this bad boy here cannot roll due to the amount of chess pieces that collide with the floor here in his vehicle mode. Taking a look at the bottom here, you can't really tell too much of what's going on, but these are pretty much the legs folded up in the back here, the chest is right in the middle, and the arms have been folded up on the sides here. Now, as mentioned before, I didn't want to have that cape action going that I had with the rest of my earlier car builds, so I had to bust out the advanced techniques. Okay, taking a look here under the hood again. As you can see, there's actually no head here at all in this section. Yet, the head still manages to reach in between the bumpers and flip up to the upper portion of his chest right here in his robot mode. Huh? How is this possible, you may ask? Well, the head actually stores under the front portion of the upper cabin right here. And using a series of clip and hinge pieces, the head is actually able to fold out completely and sit on top of Jolt's chest here. Oh, that's advanced. Now, in order to remove that cape-like kibble that my other Transformers had, I had to change the way in which the legs of my car Transformers actually transform. So instead of building the legs and then designing a shell that goes over them to hide them, I actually made the legs themselves transform into the back of the car. So what happens here is the legs actually fold up several times in order to form the back of the car, and the feet themselves form that angled back windshield.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. That's actually kind of crazy.
No, that's advanced. And lastly, due to the fact that the wheels have to be disconnected from the front portion of the car here, they're actually attached to the chest via their own string of clip pieces. Now, this allows for the front wheels here to move forward and backward, and they're additionally attached by a vertical clip piece here at the sides. Now, what this allows me to do is to achieve that wheel shoulder type aesthetic that Jolt has, because when the chest transforms, this folds down and the wheels actually fold inward like this.
No, because that's advanced.
And once all is said and done, you're left with one R.O.T.F Jolt in his robot mode.
Hey, yo, bro, how your joint still can't stand up without a stand, though?
Bruh.
No. So, that's not advanced, but the other stuff is still advanced. So, that's advanced.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yo, what's going on, guys? If you guys are interested in seeing another one of my Lego Transformers from the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen movie franchise, I'm gonna leave the link to my R.O.T.F Optimus Prime build at the end of this video.
Yo, and that's it, bro?
Oh yeah, and that's it.